Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Welcome back to the show. We are joined by Dr. Kevin Richardson, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
We are 100% back in action.
Yay.
Sorry to scare everyone with some technical difficulties, but we are back in action, scheduled now for our full 30-minute show. Kevin Richardson, hypnotherapist, please tell us how we can reach out to you. Let's start this again, and we'll talk about the myths of hypnosis.
Take two.
Take two.
My name is Dr. Kevin Richardson, and I am a certified clinical hypnotherapist. And my website is www.kevinrichardsontherapy.com. My email is kevinrichardsontherapy@gmail.com. And my phone number is 760-902-2274.
As a hypnotherapist, you can help people with different phobias, different fears in 145 different ways, right?
Yes, I can help people with fears, phobias, weight loss, pain management, stuttering, and all sorts of different things, you know, building self-esteem, building self-confidence, and helping people change what they want to change and achieve their goals.
Got it. And today, unfortunately, is our last show. We've been together for many months. He's a great man. So many accolades under his belt. Finally receiving the title of doctor as well just a few months ago. Been working hard in this field for many years. And let's dispel some myths about hypnosis today, right? Is it really only for the weak-minded?
Well, the short answer is no. In order for people to achieve their goals under hypnotherapy, there has to be a strong will to change their habit.
Okay.
There also has to be a strong ability to have a focused concentration, because hypnosis is just that. It's a focused concentration.
Mm-hmm.
So people that have a weak mind might have difficulty concentrating. They might have difficulty forming the stamina and the fortitude to achieve their goals. So it's just the opposite.
Good. That's what I was hoping. I know, well, some people, they think hypnotherapy and they still have that old age, perception of, oh, that's someone on a stage making you walk like a duck, talk like a duck. It's not that. I mean, it's not.
No, it's not. That is stage hypnosis. And stage hypnosis is purely entertainment. And prior to going on stage, the people have agreed to put themselves into embarrassing situations out of entertainment. So folks that are having difficulty achieving what the stage hypnotist wants them to achieve, they're usually excused and allowed to go back to their seat pretty quickly.
Got it.
So there's specific things that a stage hypnotist looks at and talks to the person prior to going up on stage.
Got it. Now, is it true that once you're under hypnosis, some people, you can't wake them up?
Well, great question, because some people think that that when you go under hypnosis, if something should happen to the hypnotherapist, then what are they going to do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you really never lose your sense of ego. You never really lose consciousness. So you will wake up and you will come out of it naturally. Now, because the ego is still engaged and because it's a focused concentration, the mind is still monitoring your environment.
Yeah.
So if there's an alarm that goes off, or if you have to go to the bathroom, if you have a sense of urgency or someone's yelling for help, you will come out of it really fast.
Yeah.
So, and you will come out on your own.
Wow. And
Yay.
Good. So you say that hypnosis, it's brainwashing. Some people may say that. That's not true. Right? I know that's not true. I know you well enough to know about hypnosis. But there's some people today, maybe tuning in for the first time, saying, "Can I be brainwashed? Is it a form of brainwashing?"
Well,
No. I'm going to answer that one. But go ahead.
no.
You're the expert.
Yay, go for it. Go
Go,
for
go,
it.
go.
So, no, hypnosis is not a form of brainwashing. Brainwashing is a specific set of concept techniques that are designed purposely to break down the ego, to break down the person's self-confidence, and to break down the person's sense of reality. And then once that has been broken completely, then the person that's doing the brainwashing replaces it with a new sense of reality. So people that have been brainwashed have lost their sense of true reality, and it's been replaced with something else. Whereas hypnosis, it is using relaxation techniques and using focused concentration techniques. So we're building instead of tearing down. So we're using techniques that are self-affirming suggestions to build self-confidence, to build self-esteem. So whereas brainwashing is the techniques used to break down the self-confidence and the self-esteem and the ego. So no, it's not brainwashing.
All right. All right. Now, is it hypnosis a form of sleep?
Well, great question. Because you always hear the hypnotherapist say, deep sleep.
Yeah. Like, what?
And all the literature I have read says that you really don't go to sleep when you're in hypnosis. It's a form of concentration and a form of deep relaxation. However, you still are awake. If you fall asleep, then hypnosis doesn't work. You're not.
All right,
listening.
that's what I thought, right? Because it'd be like,
You're
what?
not,
yeah. Okay.
So in sleep, that's where the ego and the conscious brain have basically turned off. And you have gone into the stages of sleep, whereas hypnosis, it's focused concentration. We really don't want you to sleep. Now, where did the term deep sleep come from? I don't know. And I haven't found out yet. In all of the research that I have done, I haven't found out where that comes from yet. But I will find out. I will find out. So, no, it's just people do become so relaxed that they do fall asleep. And when a client falls asleep, they're no longer hearing the suggestions.
Yeah.
So our purpose is for people not to fall asleep.
Okay.
But it does happen.
I know, it's got to be relaxing. You know, now that I think about it, I have never been hypnotized. I don't think I've ever talked. I've never have been. Maybe we should do that one day.
Yes.
I'd love to try it.
Yes.
Seriously.
It can help you. Oh my gosh, hypnosis can help folks in so many different ways. It helped me get over stage fright. It helped me get over speaking in public. And it's helped me to lose 27 pounds and still counting. However, it's an area that hypnosis does work, and it works very well, is with weight loss.
Got it.
So it's such a cool thing. And hypnosis is actually quite fun. You can become, I look forward to listening to my self-hypnosis tapes every day. And there are some days I don't remember the tape, but there are some days I do, and I do fall asleep. So.
Wow. And
yeah.
So you said focus concentration, right?
Yes.
It's not a form of sleep.
No, it's not a form of sleep. In order for it to be sleep, the ego and the conscious mind has to disassociate. They have to turn off. But in hypnosis, you want the ego to be there. You want the concentration from the conscious brain. We're just kind of moving it aside a little bit to get down to the unconscious brain and the subconscious. But we still want people to be awake. And when you're awake, you are listening, and the subconscious brain is taking in the suggestions and making the necessary changes. But when you fall asleep, your brain's out.
Yeah. All right. Good.
Well,
Good.
good
Good.
for
Good.
coffee.
No, exactly. And some people even say hypnosis can be harmful.
Well, I've heard that one too.
Okay.
And,
No.
it's interesting because some folks think that, um, hypnosis can cause you to do strange things. However, hypnosis is a form of deep relaxation
Ah.
and it's a reduction in stress levels.
Mm-hmm.
So, based on our chaotic lifestyle today and our high stress levels right now, I believe everybody would benefit from regular hypnosis sessions.
I agree. I agree.
And nothing harmful has been indicated yet. There are a couple of things that we want to watch out for, but we can talk about that later.
Perfect.
So,
Well, what else did you want to share about hypnosis? I mean, there's a lot to the myths and to the mystery of it. But the truth is, it can really help so many people and benefit people. Like you mentioned, 145 different ways. So this stuff is real, folks. And for those out there who are still like, wait, what? And have questions, well, guess what? We're here to answer them and dispel all myths. So
yes.
You say people who aren't able to concentrate and focus their attention for extended periods of time. You said there's only two contradictions to that you're aware of, right? That they don't believe in hypnosis.
There's only
Explain.
two. Well, if people don't believe in hypnosis, if they don't believe in the value of hypnosis, they will not go into hypnosis. If they don't want to. I've had a client who was a PhD scientist and just did not believe in it. And no matter how much the husband wanted her to go into hypnosis, it didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I think we tried 9 sessions, and only once out of the 9 sessions did she go into the hypnosis. And that was only because she was tired.
Wow.
And the resistance was down. And so if you don't want to go into hypnosis, you won't. You really have to want to go into hypnosis. You really have to want the benefits from it in order for it to be effective.
Okay.
Yay. And there are a couple of contraindications. People with severe mental illness, people that are not connected to reality. Hypnosis is contraindicated for that. People with psychosis, active psychosis, hypnosis is not indicated for that. And so it just, those are the only 2 contraindications, 2 intercontra. I can't talk.
I know what you mean. Go ahead.
My dentures are slipping here. My motor is revved and my brain isn't, or my brain's in gear, but my mouth isn't. So really there's only just 2 main contraindications. People that just don't want to go into it, and people that have a severe mental illness.
Okay.
Those are the 2 real contraindications.
Now, if you go under hypnosis, could you end up giving away like your deepest, darkest secrets? Or is that false?
Oh, I would love to have known the deep, dark secrets. No, you don't give away secrets. You don't say anything that you don't want to say because you are still awake.
Conscious.
And you still are conscious. And so those deep, dark secrets stay deep, dark secrets. Hypnosis is not a truth serum. If there's things that you don't want to talk about, you won't. And if there's things that you do want to talk about that maybe you want to work on, issues or things in the past, or there have been instances where women have disclosed that in the past as a young child, they were sexually molested and they never told anyone. That comes out, but that's only because they want it to come out. And that's only because it's now time that they want to work on it. So if you don't want to work on it, if you don't want to talk about it, you won't disclose it. So you're still in full control.
And, how many sessions does it take to really get to the deep core of something? I mean, you work, it's probably different for everyone, but let's, for example, you've been working with a woman who has the fear of falling, who is
Correct.
now up and walking. And that's been a long
Yes,
process of getting
it
her
has been a
there,
lot.
right?
It was 10 weeks. It
Okay.
was 10
But
weeks.
there's some other conditions that can be treated in minimal amounts of sessions, I'm sure. Which ones usually in particular do you notice a quicker?
Well, typically, I just worked with the gentleman who wanted past life regression. That's a one-time session, maybe
Mhm.
two. If there's issues that come out in the past life regression that they want to continue to work on, or they want to continue to go back to explore more, then it's more sessions. But that's typically just a one-time
Yeah.
session. Things like working on fears and phobias, it's multiple sessions. Weight loss can be multiple sessions. I am aware of some hypnotherapists that say 6 sessions does it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how many sessions I had for when I went through hypnosis for weight loss. I had 6 sessions. However, I still follow up almost every day. I can't say every day, but almost every day. I do listen to my weight loss tapes.
Yeah.
So it's important that once you have the sessions completed, in my practice, I record all of my sessions.
Okay.
So all of my sessions are recorded, and my clients are given the recordings from each session. And so the expectation is that they do have home play instead of homework. It's home play, because hypnosis really is kind of just play in some respects, because it is so enjoyable. So they are expected to listen to their tapes at least 2 or 3 times a week. And it helps to anchor the suggestions in the subconscious mind.
Got it.
So yeah, so it varies.
And have you ever put someone under hypnosis that says it didn't work?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
And that's because they were resistant to it. They
Got it.
didn't want it to work.
Mhm.
So the thing is that when folks come to me for hypnosis, they want it to work. They want to make the changes. However, things like with addictions and smoking, stuff like that, the success rate isn't 100%. And I have talked with some colleagues who were doing smoking cessation with their patients, and they've asked through hypnosis if the patient really wanted to stop, or if the client really wanted to stop. And they said no. So the subconscious mind, like I say, we do access the subconscious mind, and we do ask the subconscious questions.
Yep.
And it will give us answers. And typically it will be fairly truthful answers. And so if the person does not want to make the change, no, it does not work. So sorry.
Good. Is there any other myths that we could debunk today about hypnosis, Mr. Kevin?
Oh, let me look here. Let me look. One is that the hypnotherapist is expected to take an authoritarian style. Well, in our evaluations of our clients, there are some folks that do require a direct style. And then there are some folks that do require an indirect style. So the indirect style is more of a maternal type of approach, whereas the direct style is more of a paternal style. And that's where I do have a client that does require a paternal style. So when we're going into hypnosis, I do use the words like, it's now time for you to close your eyes. Close your eyes. And I do change the words a little bit, whereas in the indirect style is, now's the time that you're going to feel your eyes getting heavy. And as you're blinking, they'll get heavier and heavier. And then you'll come to a point where they'll just close and stay closed. So it's a different style, and different people require different styles in order for it to be successful. But typically it's more of the maternal style that works the best. I don't think adults really like to be told what to do. And kids
Nor
don't
to
like,
kids. No, does anyone?
kids don't like to be told, do it
Yes.
now.
Yes.
So on my LinkedIn, I just put a post out about kids that are just playing games all the time. And the mom comes home and it's like, do this, do that, do this. And you're not listening. And it's because they're in hypnosis.
Yeah.
They're playing their game and they are so concentrated, so focused on their game that they're in a form of hypnosis. And so in that post, I suggested that set a timer. When the timer goes off, now it's time to turn the games off. And now is the time to come and usually count the kids out of hypnosis. Usually just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide awake. Now you're focused on what we're going to do. So,
Can you hypnotize a child
yes, we can.
of all ages? How does that work? Yeah.
Somewhere,
What type of things would children usually need the benefit of hypnotherapy for? What type of things?
ADD, attention deficit syndrome, anger management. Sometimes children have anger management issues, and so we can use hypnosis with them. Going into hypnosis for a child is a different style than an adult. It's more storytelling, and it's more their storytelling. What story interests them? Some kids are tuned into Star Wars. Some are tuned into the dinosaurs and superheroes, Superman, Spider-Man. They're more tuned in. So we use imagery focused on their stories, on stories that are interesting to them. And so, yes, children can go into hypnosis. I did participate in a treatment with a young child who had anger management issues. And the hypnotherapist that was working with her, instead of talking with kids directly, we use different types of activities to have them focus on the activity, and then we talk with them about it, and that's when they answer more questions. And then a child with ADD, again, it's a different style. You do have to go into more different types of techniques with that. But yes, children can go into hypnosis.
Perfect.
And they can benefit from it.
Great. And for those that may not know, Kevin, you are a true believer in hypnosis because you used to have your own fear of public speaking.
I did.
Can you explain that? Yeah, it's always a great story.
Oh,
it really is.
I was in a job where teaching and training and public speaking were my responsibilities. And I had developed a fear of speaking in public. And I have a degree in mass communications. So public speaking was a major part of that degree. And so for some reason, I developed a fear about it. And so I did go to a hypnotherapist, and in 4 sessions, we were able to resolve the issue. And it was basically focusing on self-esteem and self-confidence and building up the self-confidence again. So now people are like, isn't he ever going to take a breath? So, but no, I love doing public speaking now. I love it.
Clearly, he has your own show all these months, and you've been here, and you do such a great job. You would never know, the type of people that you help. And we still have 5 minutes, 6 minutes left in the show. Again, hypnosis. There's 145 different ways, but anything else in particular you want to share?
Well, let's talk about adoptions. We haven't talked about adoptions. Okay. In the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s, adoptions were all secret, and there were sealed cases.
Mm-hmm.
And so the child was adopted to a family.
Yep.
And so the birth mother was told, go away, you're done, get over it. And the child was like, you're now in a new life and you're raised, but you don't belong. You don't have a sense of belonging.
Mm-hmm.
So in research, what they have found is that the child-mother bond is created during pregnancy.
Wow.
And once that bond is broken, the child knows it, because when they're put into the arms of their new mother, they don't smell like their mother, they don't
Mm-hmm.
sound like their mother, and their heartbeat isn't their mother.
Wow.
So they know that they don't belong, that it's the wrong mother. They know that. And so children during that period of time grew up with poor self-esteem, poor self-confidence, high percentage of suicides. It was just amazing. And they had a strong sense of abandonment. And so hypnosis can help the child with abandonment. Now, thank God, the adoption agencies have now kind of come full circle, and now the adoptions are open. So the child does know their birth mother, is aware of their birth family, so they know who they are. Whereas the children in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, they don't know who they belong to. They don't know. They know they don't belong where they are.
Yeah.
And they keep being told they're adopted. So the kid goes, oh my God, if I'm bad, then they may send me back.
Yeah.
And they don't know anything about their previous life. It's a huge hole. And personally, I went through that, and I was adopted. So, 3 years ago, I met my birth mother.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, did you know your whole life that you were adopted, or you didn't
Oh,
know?
yeah. I
And
knew my entire life, but my entire
Oh.
life, I felt abandoned. I didn't feel connected. I did not feel a part of the family that I grew up in. And they kept saying, yeah, we love you, we love you, we love you. But I didn't feel that. I was like, I don't know who you are, but I'm not a part of you. And so 3 years ago on 23andMe, the DNA database, DNA tells a lot of truths, and a lot of things are coming out. And a cousin who didn't know me and who knew all of her family, she emailed me and said, I don't know you, but I know everybody in my family, and you're my first cousin. What is this? So I get back saying, well, I'm adopted. I don't know anything about my family. I blah, 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 blah. She emailed me back and she goes, oh my God, the rumors are true. She grew up where there's a rumor in the family that one particular young lady at 17 got pregnant, and she went away and had the child, and the child was given up for adoption. But it was a secret that everybody knew. So it was one of those well-kept secrets that everybody knew. It was just never talked about and never addressed. But the woman goes through separation anxiety, they go through guilt, they have all sorts of issues that they go through that hypnosis can help. So by reconnecting with my birth mother, it alleviated her guilt.
Oh, wow.
And it brought full circle. And so we were able to spend 2 years together before she passed away. And it was a wonderful time. And calling her mom. However, my adopted parents will always be my adopted parents. And that's one of the issues that the adopted kids go through is if I search for my family, my adopted family is going to be offended that I do that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And so they go through that guilt. And I waited till after both of my parents had passed away before I started my search.
Oh.
But it was fun to have gotten to know her, and it does fill the hole. And that's where hypnotherapy can help the child deal with their abandonment issues and deal with their self-conscious and their self-esteem and self-confidence issues. And through different techniques, we're able to allow the child to go back in time and caress and support the inner child and help them through this. So it does help a lot. It does help a lot. So, you know, and it's been such a pleasure working with you, Jill. It has just been so much fun. And I know today's our last day. So thank you so much for bringing the world into the little known world of hypnotherapy.
Thank you for being here, for teaching me and all of our listeners. So many people out there that have learned and benefited from you, your work, and will continue to do so, Kevin. Kevin, yes. How can we reach out to you?
My phone number, 760-902-2274. My email is kevinrichardsontherapy@gmail.com. And I just look forward to helping folks achieve their goals. And it's a partnership. Yep. We work together.
Beautiful.
So it's great.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Love you to pieces. And honestly, it's sad, but we'll be in touch, I'm sure, at some point soon. Okay.
I hope so. I hope so
too, sweetheart. Thank you. It's been a pleasure working with you, and you have a great day. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, I mean, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.